What's up, guys? It's me. I've become another part of the hype train for this stupid card 24, and today I'm making a video about Mystic Mine. A lot of people have strong opinions about this card, and I want to come in and give my little 2 cents on the card. So, I would love to hear what you guys think about it. So after you hear me rant on about it, feel free to comment down below what you think about it. And if you're new to the channel, we have a lot of topics like this, a lot of top 5s and other discussing videos that we do on the weekend. If you want to suggest other video topics and things like that, you can either leave them in the comments, or what I would prefer, you either hit me up on Twitter or you go to the Discord server. Link to that is in the description, where you can leave all types of suggestions for videos and stuff like that. Where we do Could This Be Meta? We can make your own cards. All of that in the Discord server. Go there for that. Mystic Mine is a new field spell card that was just released into the TCG Yu-Gi-Oh! In the pack Dark Neostorm in the United States. And a lot of people have a lot of strong effects about it. So for those of you who don't know what Mystic Mine is, I'm going to read you the effect of it right now. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, your opponent cannot activate monster effects or declare an attack. If you control more monsters than your opponent does, you cannot activate monster effects or declare an attack. Once per turn during the end phase, if both players control the same number of monsters, destroy this card. That is the effect and ability of Mystic Mine, and a lot of people are in an uproar about this card. They feel like it's another floodgate, it's another card that's breaking Yu-Gi-Oh! How could they let this come into the game? It's destroying it, it takes all the fun and create blah blah blah. Everybody got a lot of stuff to say about it. Personally, I feel like there's a lot of goods, and I feel like there's a lot of bads. So I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of it. And what I mean by that, before you come and attack me and leave all your angry comments, don't attack me. When I say that, I mean that Mystic Mine brings a little bit more competitive edge, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Over the years, I don't know if you guys have noticed, way back in the days, the game was very trap heavy. Then as the game started evolving, I remember around the Dragon Ruler days, the Spellbook days, Mermills, Atlanteans, Fire Fist cards, that's when Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a lot more spell-centric. You know, you needed your spell cards, and like, it was very spell heavy. And right now, in the ecosystem of Yu-Gi-Oh!, the game has now became a lot more monster effect focused. So everything's all about monster effects. The monster effects have gotten a lot better. They're a lot more consistent. They're damn near running your engines off of just 2 or 3 monster cards within a lot of these decks. So monster effects are so prevalent in Yu-Gi-Oh! And because of lack of speed, most of the cards that stop monster effects are trap cards. Trap cards are not fast enough to stop monster effects, especially in today's format of Yu-Gi-Oh! Outside of hand traps, you don't have much to defend yourself against monster effects, especially if you are going second, your opponent is going first, and they have all their monster effects going off. Skill drain's not going to help you. None of these other trap cards that stop, what was it, Fiendish Chain, the other, what the fuck called the Gates one, and then the Gates of the effect, and it goes to the graveyard, get banished from the graveyard the following turn to get another effect. That card. Breakthrough skill. You don't have cards like that. Like, those don't help you first turn, and they're not even fast enough to even be considered competitive in Yu-Gi-Oh! So something like Mystic Mine helps that out. It's a spell card. It's something quick to use. You have monster effects that you have in there with the Lady of Lilith. She helps bring out the trap card. The Metaverse activates it straight from the deck. You have Terraforming to search it out. There's a lot of cards to get on the field fast enough to help yourself against your opponent going first or second. Going second, actually. So I feel like it just brings a little bit more competitive edge, because the game has gotten a little bit too unbalanced with the monster effects, especially considering decks like Thunder Dragons, Dangers, and even something to the effect of Guard Dragons. It's like, it's a little crazy with the monster effects, especially now that the game is a lot more Link monsters focused, and the Link monsters have really crazy effects. Even Salamangreats, oh my god, the way Salamangreats go off with their monster effects. Something to just slow it down a bit. So I think that that's just a little bit fair to it. And even though I do understand there's people out there using Sky Strikers and still playing Mystic Mine, because Sky Strikers really only revolve around one monster being on the field at a time, so it doesn't really get in the way of anything. So if you're using it in Sky Strikers, oh, you're a total dickhead. You're a total asshole. But I hope you guys see what I'm saying. It helps balance it out just a tad bit. This card is one of those cards where it's like, I guess how you used to feel in the day, like you love to, I guess you might like to use it, but hate when it's against you. It really doesn't do much well to the casual gameplay because of how easy and accessible it is. Nothing in there super rare, so even in real life it's very easy to get this card, and even the cards that help build this deck, because it's part of a burn deck that most people will use it in. If you're using just a Mystic Mind deck, it's a lot of burn cards. All of these are fairly common. It's very easy to get to, so within the casual play at your locals, you could run into this deck and you're not gonna have a good time. You're gonna go up against some asshole. He's gonna activate Metaverse on his first set of card and just set 5 in turn. You draw Metaverse. Here comes like Metaverse, Ojama Trio, Mystic Mind. You're done. Like, you just killed your whole turn right then and there, and then he's just gonna burn you for the rest of the turn. Like, takes away all the fun and casual gameplay. I can understand that this card would be dreaded in seeing it at your locals, or just in a fun 2 out of 3 matchup with somebody going up against a friend. It's really not fair in that type of scenario. So if you're using that deck, you should I don't want to tell people what to use, but if you're using Mystic Mind deck, and especially in the burn variety, you should probably tell your opponent ahead of time, like, hey, I'm gonna use this Mystic Mind deck. You sure you want to use your for hire deck? Like, you sure you want to use that? Because this is going crazy. Like, just make it a little fair, make it interesting. If you want to have fun, you can play whatever you want, but make sure you're going to be in something that's a bit competitive with you, or something you feel is on your level. Somebody's talking a lot of shit. Come knock them down a peg. You have cards like Twin Twister, Galaxy Cyclone, or is it Galaxy Shot, Galaxy Cyclone, Cosmic Shot, whatever, MST, the Twister card, Tornado, whatever the fuck it's called. There's a bunch of cards that get rid of spell and trap. There's a bunch of spell and trap card removal that's very generic, very easy to use. It's very easy to side. It also helps you out against other cards you're going to see in Yu-Gi-Oh! I feel like nowadays in Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot of the main decks have field spell cards that they utilize in their engines. So you want spell and trap card removal just to help you get past that with your opponent. So, like I said, a lot of cards that are useful against it. Very accessible. Don't act like fucking Mystic Mind is the worst card ever. There's nothing we could do about it. There's something you could do about it. You just have to balance your deck out just a little bit more. If you got to run, there's a couple, 3 to 4 extra spell and trap card removal cards in your deck. Come on. It's not that big of a deal. Also, Konami, you could probably give us back Harvey's Feather Duster. That probably would help. So, whatever way you want to work it, figure it out. Nobody wants, if you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, it's because you actually want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! You don't want to have your deck that you bought, you went out of your way, you built your favorite cards, and you go up against your opponent and he plays something that doesn't allow you to play your deck at all. I understand it. Nobody, you can go up against people who just play purely for fun intentions. They want to have fun with their friends, and they go up against some asshole because they want to play Mystic Mind. Slows the game down to a crawl. Even if you have certain cards that kind of help you, so it changes the way you play, and you can't even play your cards at all in most cases because you don't want to get burned by just desserts. You don't want to get burned by Ring of Destruction, so you don't even want to play your monsters, and you want to make sure you can activate your effects sometimes, and it makes you not even enjoy your own deck. At what cost? You're just slowing down the burn for you to eventually lose because you don't properly have the cards in the deck to get rid of this card. You know, it's something that's for a card that's that accessible like Mystic Mind, it can make the game really, really unpleasant on just the basic level, especially for beginners in Yu-Gi-Oh! So it can turn people away from even wanting to play the game. I know there's been a lot of FTKs, a lot of cards that's been released, a lot of formats where people just said, yo, if this isn't Yu-Gi-Oh!, I'm out, I'm walking away from the game. Mystic Mind might be a part of that. I personally don't think so, but it's not why I made the video. I want to know what you think. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of Mystic Mind. Is this card way too broken and shouldn't be allowed in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or is it just not that big of a deal? There's a bunch of cards used against it. Let's not bitch and moan like we always do in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community. Or do you feel like you're just going to quit the game? Because why even live life anymore? Comment it down below. Let me know. I love to read your comments and comment back and forth with you guys. If you're new to the channel, also don't forget, Don't forget, click that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you are old, click that bell for notifications and click all types of posts because I put up polls and other posts in between videos on the channel to let you guys know what's going on. So, guys, Discord server, podcast information, all that stuff is in the description down below. Make sure you click that. And also, secret, I'm picking up Kisame today with filming videos this week. So if you have any video suggestions, comment them down below. And we're going to be doing some Could This Be Meta videos where we make 5 fantasy support cards for archetypes that are old and not really that good. So if you have any suggestions for that, go to the Discord server and comment it in there. I'm going to be checking it on my phone out here. Don't judge me for the apps that I have on my phone. Where's Discord? Right there on my home screen with all my other social medias. Right there, Discord server. When you go to the Discord server, I'm going to have all the Could This Be Meta. Ooh, look at these cards somebody made. Ooh, might talk about those. I might talk about yours. Go to the Discord server. Thank you, Reem. And comment down your things. And I want to make sure, because we're going to talk about your cards. I want to talk about your cards. So, do that. So all the suggestions. And down there, guys, I've talked long enough. I need water. See you guys Saturday with Kisame.